fresh lemon and some fresh ginger from our garden. Hello friends, welcome to Jyoti Tandon's kitchen. Today I'm sharing a special recipe and that's Mutton Potato Gosht or Mutton Aloo Gosht curry. So let's get started. Because I'm making this particular mutton curry with potatoes, the ingredients that we need are 4 to 5 potatoes, 2 tomatoes, 2 red onions, lemon, some cilantro or coriander leaves, and I will also be using 6 garlic cloves, ginger, green chili that we make a paste of, and I will also cut up the ginger in juliennes for frying separately, whole spices and other ground spices. The first step is the marination, for which I'm taking 1 kg of mutton. So I'm squeezing about 1 lemon in the mutton, and I will not be doing the marination for too long. This is a quick recipe, so I will actually marinate it for about half an hour to 1 hour. I'm also putting half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. Give it all a good stir and keep it in the refrigerator for about an hour. Step 2. So let's start with the chopping and cutting. I'm cutting 2 red onions. I have chopped the onion, green chilies and about an inch of ginger into juliennes. Now let's move on to the potatoes. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to peel all these potatoes, and in 2 cups of water I'm going to soak these potatoes. Now that's a Jyoti Tandon's kitchen tip for you. If you don't want the potatoes to become brown in color, just leave them in the water soaking like this and they will not. So I'm also making a fresh paste of the ginger and garlic, and freshly crushed ginger garlic paste has a delicious flavor. And finally chopping the 2 tomatoes. Step 3. Let's start with the final cooking. So I'm putting 2 ladles of oil in a wok. Once the oil warms up, I'm going to put all of my whole spices, cinnamon stick, bay leaf, 2 large cardamoms, 4 cloves, 2 dry red chilies, and 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds. Add them all to the heated oil. In this pan, I'm going to now put the onions, green chili and the ginger juliennes that we cut up. So I'm going to fry the onions, ginger and the green chilies along with all the ground spices till they turn lightly golden for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to also roast the mutton in this that we had already marinated with lemon, turmeric and salt. Roast the mutton on high heat for about 4 to 5 minutes. So now that we have roasted the mutton for 4 to 5 minutes and the color has changed, it looks semi-cooked, I'm going to move to the next step of making fresh garam masala for this recipe. Friends, please check out the recipe of how to make fresh garam masala on my channel, but I am covering it real quick. The spices listed here, I will be roasting them, grinding them, and we'll be using 1 tablespoon of fresh garam masala for this mutton aloo gosht. So in a separate pan, I'm putting about 1 tablespoon of oil. In that, I'm putting a little more cumin seeds, a pinch of turmeric, 1 tablespoon coriander powder. I'm also putting 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili, which brings about the beautiful redness. In this, I'm going to put a freshly ground ginger garlic paste, which is also about 2 tablespoons. And now that the oil has heated up, I'm going to saute the ginger garlic paste along with the spices and put in 1 tablespoon of my freshly ground garam masala and continue to stir it. Now I'm putting all the tomatoes in and saute that in the curry. In this, I will also now put the mini potatoes that we are using for this recipe. I'm going to saute it all together for the potatoes to get all the flavor from the spices. And because these are not boiled potatoes, I like to put them in the beginning itself. To this pan, I'm going to now add half a cup of yogurt, but make sure to keep the heat at absolute low, otherwise the yogurt starts splitting So we want to stir the yogurt but on absolute low heat and stir it really fast. I'm putting 2 teaspoons of salt. Now that the potatoes have been cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes with the spices, I'm now going to put all of the mutton that we had roasted with the onions and some of the ground masala and transfer that to our pan with the potatoes and mix it all really well. We are going to cook the mutton for about 45 to 50 minutes on medium heat, checking on it every 2 to 3 minutes and keeping it covered for about 50 minutes, stirring it occasionally. For the garnishes, I'm chopping the green chili, ginger and about half an onion that I have saved from the 2 onions that I just cut up. I'm putting it in the air fryer at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. Now friends, I'm air frying the garnishes, but you can very well deep fry if you don't have the air fryer. In 1 tablespoon of ghee or oil. Now moving back to our mutton curry. You can see the color of the curry has started to change. It's becoming reddish and each piece of the mutton is tender and soft. So the mutton is fully cooked. But if you feel the need, you can cook for a few more minutes if your mutton is harder. Our potatoes are nicely cooked as well. I'm just cutting one of them to show you how soft they are. I'm going to now sprinkle some cilantro all over and I'm also going to garnish with some fried onion, ginger and green chili that we had kept aside. And there you go friends. A delicious Mutton Aloo Gosht is ready. I'm serving it with some jeera rice and rumali rotis. So I hope you really enjoyed this recipe. Please do like and subscribe to my channel and don't forget, eat naturally, live happily.